All right, guys, we're asked all the time, what's the best scanners? Today we're going to talk about the best one for under $2,000. Let's get into it. When we show you stuff like this, we want you guys to know we're not just going to show you something because some company reached out and says, hey, we'll pay you a bunch of money to be a shill for our product. That's not who we are, and it's not who we will ever be. We get, no exaggeration here, over 100 emails a week from companies wanting us to promote their products. And you see that we don't promote very many products. I'm not saying that some of them aren't good. What I am saying is I'm used to using what I use, right? So, we use the ATES scopes. And in this case, we use the Topdon scanner. I mean, this is the scanner that you see in pretty much all of our videos. So this scanner is under $2,000. We're gonna get into. We actually, I spoke to Topdon today so we could get you guys a deal, right? So we're gonna get to that. Let's go over the scanner first, because when we have people that ask us what's the best scanner for under $2,000, we're assuming that you guys are professionals, because even though there might be some DIYers out there that are going to spend that kind of money, and hey, that's more power to you, do it, right? But most of the time, that's a tech, maybe a newer tech, or somebody that's looking for, have a scan tool in his toolbox or her toolbox that they don't have to use the shop one. And this is the Topdon Phoenix Elite. This is a full-blown scan tool. This does not lack any functionality at all. We're going to jump into this car. I mean, if you've watched our videos, you've seen this tool. I mean, a ton of videos, right? Let's go over some of the stuff it will do, though. I mean, clearly it'll get into pretty much every module. I have not gotten one module I couldn't get into on this thing. I'm sure there's some out there, but we haven't done it, haven't gotten into one. It will do bidirectional controls. That's just almost a given these days. It'll do your resetting of all. I mean, it clearly will reset your service lights, things like that. It will reset, like this one, we did a reset on the steering angle sensor on it. So it'll do those kind of resets also. If you ever wanted to get into doing EEPROM work or something like that, if that's something you're interested in, this scanner can connect to another module that you can buy separately, and you can start doing that kind of work if you're interested in it. So it can do key programming and stuff like that. That's its own entity, but this tool has the capabilities to do it. It's sorry.
The scope.
Oh, yeah, and the other thing that you can hook to it is you can get Topdon scope, and you can hook to this thing. And we're going to do a little more. You guys know I love the ATES scope, and I will always love the ATES scope. We also know that, there's some people that want different price points on it. So I'm going to show you a little something that they sent to us, that Topdon sent to us. And I want to, and we reached out to them for that, by the way. They didn't reach out to us, but I'm going to show you that because we're going to use that scope a little bit and see, if we can help you guys along with it. Plus, that we're going to be building our website, and we're going to be showing every scope and all the different tests on there. So I had to have one anyway. Let's jump into this car real quick. I want to show you the topology. So it has like the nice topology when you're scanning a vehicle, so you can see the network and how it's laid out. Of course, it will automatically identify vehicles, things like that. And every car is different as far as, it's usually not the tool. If it's got some kind of some cars take a little longer. Like if you got an older BMW or something like that, it's going to take a whole lot longer to scan than, say, a newer car. We had this thing in a 2003 Ford the other day. It had, I think, 3 modules in it. We did a video on it. So let's go ahead and do a smart scan here and just kind of show you. It's going to go through. This car might have a code in the powertrain control module. See, it's got some other codes that came back in it too. We worked on the analog or on the steering angle part of this thing. But you can see it'll go through. It'll identify modules that are in the vehicle, whether they have codes or not. It'll also identify not scanned, not equipped. And it's, like I said, the speed is relative. The speed is all about the car more than it is about the tool.
Functionality is really good on it. Just easy to use.
Yeah, it's very quick. It's very easy to use. And while it's scanning, the other thing about it is I like the ruggedness of it. So we have Alltel's scan tools, and they're good scan tools too, and they do have some in the price range. I will tell you that for the price, and really all of their scan tools are really rugged, right? I mean, these things can be, I mean, gotta be honest with you, I've dropped it a few times, but it's a little more ruggedized than most of the other scan tools that we've seen. So, all right, so that thing's done its scan. Let's go into the engine control module. I just want to show you the graphing on it. To me, graphing is huge. If a scan tool won't graph, I will not use it. I just have to have it when we're doing drivability, and really almost anything you're looking at, you really want to have a graph available. You don't always need it, but you want it to be there if you need it. This car is really weird with the powertrain control module in it. It's I want to start it up. This powertrain control module, the communication with it is, for some reason, a little slower than most of the cars we worked on. I don't know if that's what the deal is with it. I think this comes with 2 years of free updates, if I remember right. You can check on their website for that. All right, let's just grab, you know what, let's just grab something that's going to move. Accelerator or pedals are going to move. We'll just grab those two. And hit OK. And then we're just going to graph. Do that. So we can watch this, and you can merge these, and you can do. All right, so let's go back here. All right, you can go graph here. There you got them. And you can get quite a few on here. So let's go back. Let me show you what I would do. Let's say that this vehicle came in for a drivability complaint. I would want to look at fuel trims. So you can search up here on top. I didn't realize that it has a search bar up at the top. That was some doing a video and people telling me that it had it. So it's like fantastic, love that, because sometimes there are a ton of fuel trims. So I would look at those fuel trims. Probably on this one it's going to have it won't have your regular oxygen sensors in it. So well, there's some downstream ones. We'll grab some here. We'll just grab these. No, I'm gonna do that one. I'm just grabbing a bunch of stuff so you guys can see kind of. All right, so there's more than, right? So it's got some good graphing here, right? I like the different colors on it. You know, it's just a really good, easy to read. So I always liked Snap-on's graphing feature. So if I had a drivability complaint, I would just grab the Snap-on, I'd hook it up and graph, and it worked for me. But this one, honestly, I like it better because I like the colors, I like the background, and it does just as many PIDs as the Snap-on, and it's way less expensive than most of the Snap-on. Some of your Snap-ons can get quite expensive. If you do a Snap-on, full-blown Snap-on with a scope or with a scope on it, I mean, you're looking at $11,000 if I remember right. Last time we got one, and I think you can get this thing with the scope and everything under $3,000. And I think right now they're running a special on this thing that if you buy this scanner, you actually get another, like I think a handheld scanner or something with it. I think you look on their website. We'll put a link down there. So, you know, again, for under $2,000, I don't know how you could beat this thing for all of its functionality. Can you get this kind of functionality in other scan tools? Sure. I know Alltel has got the capability of doing the key stuff and the the EEPROM stuff and things like that. But we have an IM608 that we use that with, and I know that's an extremely expensive scan tool. I want to say that scan tool is $4,000 or $5,000 to do all that, to be able to do all that stuff. Now it does come with everything necessary to do it. With this one, you would have to buy what's called a T-Ninja. So I mean, there would be some extra costs there. But the good thing about this is you can buy this tool, and then you can expand it. I don't know if Alltel offers that. I don't know if you just have to buy that big tool like to do that kind of stuff, or if you can take a smaller one and expand it to do it. This one we know you can. You can also add ADAS on here. So if you wanted to do ADAS down the road, you can add ADAS into here. So I was talking to them today, and I was like, yeah, but there's a lot of money involved in the targets and everything. I mean, we have the whole kit to do that kind of stuff. I mean, you're talking about quite a bit of money to start to get into that. But something that he did bring up was, yeah, but you can add the ADAS in here, and then if you have some that are dynamic that have to be put into a dynamic learn mode, you can do it if you add ADAS to this and go drive the car dynamically and calibrate some of the ADAS stuff. So, I mean, there's just a lot of good availability of this thing to, buy it inexpensively. Listen, I know, under $2,000 is not inexpensive, but for what we do and for how much scan tools cost it's pretty inexpensive. But then you can expand it and expand it. Scope, ADAS, EEPROM. You can start building on this thing. I've had this thing for more than 2 years. I mean, you see what kind of shape it's in. You see that we use it all the time. It's not damaged. Now, I'm not I don't sit there and toss the thing around. I know it's fallen a few times and stuff. I've never used the camera on it, so I can't say anything to that. But let's go back to home here. The support, it is US-based support. So you can pick up the phone, call in, and you can get support. You can leave them feedback on here. There's a way to leave feedback. So if you've got a problem with it, you can call support. They'll log into your tool. They'll grab the feedback file and upload it to themselves, right? So, there's some good to that too, because a lot of times, depending on where you buy the scan tool, like I do know that if you buy, say, an Autel and you buy it, not from a certified distributor, sometimes you don't have the support that you do if you buy it. That's one of the deals about buying from them, because they want you to buy from that distributor. The battery life on this thing is exceptional, and that has not degraded. Like I said, we've had it for over 2 years. It has not degraded at all. We sometimes, when we do screen records on this, so we screen record to do our videos, and sometimes we forget to turn that screen record off. The scanner itself doesn't sit there and stay on. Some scanners will actually stay on and kill the battery pretty quick. This one will turn the screen off. It'll keep that screen record going. I mean, we've left screen records going, I hate to even say this, over a weekend, 120 something hours with the screen record. Come back and we still have 50-60% battery life. So that's it on this one. What's the deal on it? Okay, what's the deal we worked out with them? All right, straight up, if you purchase from them, we're gonna get a little cut, right? We're gonna get a little piece of it, but you guys are gonna save 10%. So if you use the code ELITE10, I'm sure it'll put it down there in the thing. You jump on their Top Don USA website, use ELITE10. It's only good for this tool. It's not good across the whole website, unfortunately, but for this tool right here, if you jump on there, ELITE10, and it's going to save you 10%. This tool right now is going for $1,799, so $1,799. And like I say, you get a free, some free handheld, scanner too. I almost forgot. We got the package that they sent in to us. So I'll tell you how this kind of came about. Is I've used this thing forever. Like I said, okay, the screen, for most people, that 10-inch screen is really good. My eyesight's kind of getting. I mean, I did have some surgery done on it a couple of years ago, and it got better, and it's definitely better than it used to be, but not as like it used to be when I was younger. So I asked them, I'm like, hey, would you guys be interested in sending us the Phoenix Max? So this one's bigger than the current one that we have. So we're going to start using this. So as far as screen records go, it's going to look exactly the same for you guys. It's just for me, I'm going to be able to have a little bigger screen on it. And the other thing they sent with it is they sent us the scope. So this is the same scope that you would hook up to this one or this one. I think it'll go to several different of their models. So we're going to put this thing through its paces and see how it performs, and let you guys know about that. So that's kind of how this all started. As I called about that, and then I said, hey, can we get a deal worked out for our viewers, because we get a ton of questions on scan tool in certain price ranges. So there you go, guys. And Tink is ready to go. It's been a long day. So appreciate you guys watching. If you like this, let us know. We'll do more of these if you want us to. And hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below. And you know what? The merch store is open. Just letting you know, merch store is open. So jump down there and get something. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you in the next one.